as a small job or a major renovation, we all find ourselves in need of a contractor from time to time.
But if you choose the wrong one or don't negotiate a good deal, you could end up in contractor hell.
Harry Agato and his wife Leda thought they were upgrading their home.
The only thing he did was install a microwave.
Instead, they ended up with a kitchen they couldn't use and unfinished projects throughout the property.
He said all the right things, you know, and said he was going to correct everything and everything was going to be perfect.
The first mistake they made was to hire the contractor based solely on a recommendation from a friend. If they had done a background search, they would have learned that the contractor had been arrested previously and had even served time in prison.
When it comes to friends who recommend contractors to you, the only deciding factor you need to know is, did that contractor do work for your friend? And if so, go look at that work and make the determination based off that. If that contractor didn't do work for your friend, don't hire that contractor.
Even when you have checked out your contractor, things can go wrong. Shirley Babick wanted a new shed and front porch. She did her research and found a company with an A rating from the BBB. But the next step cost her.
Used and abused.
She worked over $5,200, half in cash, a big no-no, and the other half in a check written to her salesman instead of the company. That guy took off with the money and left her with nothing.
This seems so obvious, but a lot of people do it. You know, they'll give the contractor all the money up front. A lot of states have limits on how much contractors are allowed to collect as a down payment. Typically, it's like $1,000 or no more than 10% of the project. So even when a contractor comes to you and talks about 3 payments and you giving him a third up front, a lot of times that's BS. You should never have to exceed more than 10% of the job project or $1,000 when you're talking about small projects.
Here, what if they think it's criminal, law enforcement's not involved? I mean, is there any recourse?
You know, guys, I hear about this all the time. Just today, a consumer called me and said that this happened, that they're always told it's a civil matter when they call law enforcement. Many times it is, but it can also be a pattern of theft. So you need to be persistent and call your county consumer protection office. If there are enough complaints, believe me, law enforcement will change their mind and they'll get interested.
Ugly truth about trying to get your money back from a shady contractor is, if it's not written in the contract, it can't be enforced by law. This is why Contract Management 101 is important, because it's going to teach you to define your scope of work and put a time frame on your contractor and have boots on the ground and eyes on that contract week by week, at least every other day, to make sure it gets done. DM me for more information about how Contract Management 101 can be applied to your projects to help you stop losing money.